Hello, this is TTV News broadcast on Tay Ninh radio and television station, and now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, in the morning of December the 1st, the Economic and Budget Board under the People's Council of Tay Ninh Province verified 9 budget contents that the Provincial People's Committee expected to submit to the 19th session of the Provincial People's Council.
The Economic and Budget Board highly appreciated the state budget collection in 2020, in which the total state budget revenue increases by 0.5%, while state budget expenditure is predicted to increase by 18.4% compared to the estimate. For the upcoming years, the Budget Economic Board requested the Provincial People's Committee to strengthen the direction and management of budget transfers, accelerating the disbursement, settlement, and limiting the transfer of budget sources. According to Mr. Mai Văn Hải, head of the Economic and Budget Board, it basically agrees with the report on the use of the provincial budget reserve, the unallocated budget source and the rising source in 2019. The Economic and Budget Board also clarified the contents that have not been advised by the Standing Committee of the Provincial People's Council on the source of the provincial budget recurrent expenditure estimate that has not been distributed in 2019.
By 2020, Tay Ninh continues to promote administrative reform towards the modern, transparent administrative system, creating an important foundation for building e-government, improving the efficiency of state agencies, and improving the socio-economic development of the locality. So far, 19 out of 19 departments branches of the province have completed the project to consolidate function, tasks, powers, and organizational structure. The province has also promoted the application of information technology in state management, put into operation the province socio-economic information system to administrative agencies at the provincial and district levels, used on websites and such application on mobile devices. The Public Administration Center has been effectively operated. The application of information technology has helped information exchange, settlement of administrative procedures for people and businesses become faster, more timely, and convenient. Over 98% of dossiers have been resolved. The province has also approved the 2020 plan to review administrative regulations and procedures, including 26 groups of administrative procedures. In the period of 2021 and 2025, the Cooperative Alliance of Tay Ninh Province has set a target of collective economic development whose core is cooperatives, in association with building new style rural areas and improving the efficiency of cooperatives to contribute to community development, accelerate the industrialization and modernization of the country.
Accordingly, Tay Ninh Cooperative Alliance has encouraged cooperatives operating in the potential economic sectors of the province, such as agriculture and forestry, handicrafts and trade, to restructure the economy associated with the transformation of the development model towards improving quality and competitive efficiency, building multi-industry cooperatives and those operating in the field of processing and consuming agricultural products, and collecting and transporting rural waste. By 2021, Tay Ninh Province tried to establish 10 new cooperatives and 10 cooperative groups. On the other hand, the province will dissolve 5 inefficient cooperatives, maintain 150 cooperatives and 115 cooperative groups. The average revenue is expected to reach 19 billion Vietnam dong per cooperative, and the average profit is 520 million Vietnam dong per cooperative. The average income of members and workers in cooperative groups and cooperatives will reach 65 million Vietnam dong per person per year.
For years, Tay Ninh City has made many efforts to complete the task of building new style rural areas, contributing to building civilized urban areas in the locality. Tân Binh also accelerating to complete procedures to be recognized as a new style rural commune by the end of 2020. Tân Binh is the last commune in Tay Ninh city, meeting 19 out of 19 criteria for building new style rural areas. Typically, the main roads here have been upgraded, become more spacious, clean, making the face of the commune significantly changed. Unlike other communes in the locality, Tân Binh has many advantages in implementing traffic criteria, thanks to the attention and support of the provincial and the city authorities, and the unanimous contribution of the locals here. According to the statistics of the commune, the average income in the area is about 60 million Vietnam dong per person per year. Most of the people live on agricultural production, but thanks to the application of scientific and technical advances, effective farming models all have brought about a considerable income. The fact that Tân Binh commune has completed all the criteria for new style rural construction and is expected to be recognized as a new style rural commune in the coming time is not only the joy of the project committee, the authorities and the people of Tân Binh commune, but is also the joy of the project committee, the government and the people of Tay Ninh city.
Through the survey of Tay Ninh Provincial People's Council on the state management of land in some district-level units, a number of agricultural projects utilizing rooftops to install solar panels are developing quite rapidly in Tân Chau district. Currently, Tân Chau district has 7 breeding projects with an area of nearly 135 hectares approved by the Provincial People's Committee for investment and 57 investment projects on planting cloves and mushroom with an area of over 84 hectares approved by the District People's Committee, of which some agricultural projects have prioritized the installation of solar panels on rooftops which were not included in investment registration certificates, as well as not implementing procedure for investment in construction and environmental protection. According to the Legal Committee of the Provincial People's Council, the policy on solar power development is appropriate, meeting the needs of socio-economic development. However, localities need to ensure strict regulations in the management process to avoid spontaneous development and planning disruption.
Ladies and gentlemen, the life of Tay Ninh province has returned to a new normal state after months of fear fighting against COVID-19 pandemic. During the period, the officials and soldiers at Tông Lê Chân Border Guard Station has overcome 3 no's to fulfill their tasks. In today's program, we would like to introduce the reportage on For a Peaceful Border Area, reported by Phương Nguyệt and Hải Bằng correspondents. It can be said that the most difficult things in daily life were shown most clearly at Tông Lê Chân Border Guard Station. Therefore, the station is also known as the 3 no's Border Guard Station, such as no electricity, no water, and no phone signal. Life is so difficult, but the officials and soldiers here always fulfill on assigned tasks. Tông Lê Chân Border Guard Station manages a 10-kilometer long border with 6 main landmarks and 35 auxiliary ones. The officers and soldiers here are always on duty day and night. The mass mobilization team under Tông Lê Chân Border Guard Station comes from door to door to propagate about the danger and the spread of COVID-19 epidemic in the community. The station has distributed leaflets propagated by loudspeaker aside those who can speak Khmer language to the residential areas to guide people on how to prevent epidemic, encourage them not to illegally live and bring people in and out our country. Living in a border area where people often visit relatives and do business, so it's too difficult for the locality to ask people to suspend such activities. And Tân Hoa commune has mobilized the coordination of various forces. Lieutenant Colonel Phạm Văn Xá, Commissioner of Tông Lê Chân Border Guard Station, said that for ethnic minorities to propagate effectively, it must be done regularly, anytime and anywhere, even the most remote residential clusters. Therefore, propaganda by portable loudspeaker was welcomed by the locals. Ms. Nguyễn Thị Chi, living in Tân Hoa commune, said that Through propaganda, she knows that, as a citizen, she has the responsibility to report the local authorities as quickly as possible on cases whose relatives just returned from epidemic areas or overseas Vietnamese coming back to the country. Not only promoting propaganda and mobilization in the domestic area, the border guards have also waded streams and forests to patrol 24/7 in the border area, on for a peaceful border. The epidemic happened right in the rainy season. It's very difficult for the officials and soldiers here, but they're determined to overcome all difficulties and challenges, not to miss any case of illegal border crossing. A day like any other day, the working group has just completed the patrol and control of the border. The leaders attached to the ledge were taken down one by the soldiers. For them, minutes of rest is very simple. We feel a lot of yes at this Trino station. The officers and soldiers here have a high sense of responsibility, defining the prevention and control of COVID-19 pandemic as a peacetime mission, being ready to overcome difficulties, persevere in sticking with the people in the area, firmly stepping on the front line to fight against epidemic. That's all for today, TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.